Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of XAM Talk. It's me, Xanthus, of course, here with Cam.
As always.
Yep. It has been quite a long time since we recorded the last episode of this.
What was the last one about?
What was the last one about? Oh, I think it was about social anxiety.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what it
that was the
was.
last one. Um, that was a pretty good episode in my opinion. But this
Yeah, I'd say
episode
so.
right here, this one's gonna be good.
Yeah, I believe. Because
So
it's weird. I have a lot of thoughts, but we'll see how that comes out.
yeah, a lot of thoughts. Also, the month of February for the both of us has
Mm.
been big. A lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I have a job now.
And for me, I'm permanent at my job now, so
That is good. That is a
yeah,
good thing to hear. I got a job now. He's permanent. Uh, I got a PS5.
yeah. I mean, I still didn't get mine, but we're
Oh,
I wouldn't have recognized anyways. It's been this long and I
forgot
haven't
that.
recognized because school is too much. But anyways, let's get back to the topic.
Yeah, let's get to our topic. Is love dead
Or not.
or not? See, my
Uh,
personal opinion, I think it is.
I have to agree.
A lot of
Most definitely.
people just don't seem to get it anymore. And I remember writing this tweet on Twitter. I forget how long ago it was, so I might have to do a little scroll. But I mean, it was something along the lines of me being like, "Yeah, it's dead." Because you see all these toxic relationships, and you're like, "That isn't love. That isn't love at all." So where was it? Yeah, I said it. I said it on the 13th of. I said it on the 13th of February.
Oh, that's
So
interesting. What did you say on the 13th of February? My bad, I got interrupted.
yeah. I just had a message come up on my computer, so I was very confused as well. Um, I tweeted, "Love is dead. You see all the guys and girls who mistreat each other, and you just lose hope." So
Mm. Yeah, it's like a trend now. There's people who are cheating on each other. People are breaking up left and right.
yeah,
Um, it's just like people kind of get into relationships for fun. It's not even to marry. It's just for fun,
I mean,
and
yeah,
that's the problem, I think.
you think about how like how all these people have like so many boyfriends or so many girlfriends in school, and all these relationships aren't meant to last. I mean, how many people do you like seriously think are going to
Mm.
stay together that started dating in high school, like from our high school?
Honestly, yeah, not a lot. Because you have to recognize, when people get together in high school, it's kind of just like there's no the reason behind it is obviously clear. Like they're attracted to one another for very, I guess you can say, what's the word? Not so good reasons. So basically, they're with each other for fun.
Hmm.
As simple as that. There's no plan. I promise you, most of them that are together, there's no plan to really marry. You know, that they might say that, but the reality is that's not their goal. You know,
Yeah,
especially if you're like in eighth grade or what I
yeah.
mean, or ninth grade, I guess you can say. I
I,
don't know how many people have really gotten into a relationship. Well, actually, quite a lot of people. I don't know if you know, have gotten into a relationship after we graduated. I had no idea. What's it called?
hmm.
You can probably block that out. Is with. I don't know if they've always been together.
I think
I
they've
think that
been.
might
I think
happen in
they've been
senior year,
together since 2018, end of 2018.
2018. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw.
Well, yeah. Basically, the point was like, yeah.
I saw her the other day at work.
Oh, yeah. Y'all work together. That's right.
So okay, so there's this other point I was gonna make, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, so I was like, I remember in ninth grade, I was a pimp, and that was some interesting times. But I'm like, none of those relationships worked out. One of
Mm.
them was extremely toxic. The other one left me for another dude at the
Now, if you were to
dance.
like ask why, like, do you think it had anything to do with you, or do you think it had everything to do with who you were with, and could you have guessed that this would have happened? You know, like now when
I
you come to think about it, does it make sense with the way that you guys were in a relationship? Does it make sense that they did what they did to you?
The toxic one, absolutely, and we both know who that is. But the toxic
Yeah.
one, I knew that a lot of people had issues with her before I got into it. But
Mm.
I didn't do anything about it. I was like, hey, you're all wrong, and that's how that one
You
went.
want to give her a chance.
Yeah. But all the other ones, I mean, to be fair, my most recent one, which was the summer before 10th grade, so summer of 2017, I think. Um, yeah, summer 2017. She she wasn't a bad person in any sort of way. I just kind of found her a little boring, which is why that didn't work out. But
Mm.
first girlfriend, which in sixth grade I've shared this story on numerous occasions, but she cheated on me. I'm like, well, she was nice, and also I again don't know why a 12-year-old was with a 27-year-old, but I don't know, you know.
See, that's clearly for fun. Like there's no way. I mean, because also they're 12 years old. That's not on their mind to get married.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, I can think back to, like, middle school, like how many people were in relationships, and like none of you people,
none of them last.
yeah, not I can't think of a single one that lasted from then to now.
Hmm. Yeah, I couldn't think of one either.
Yeah.
In fact, there's people that relationships that I've known of, and they've ended. Like there was I think whoever he was with. I forgot her name, but they were together for a bit, and they just broke up, and that was out of nowhere. And then but yeah, yeah, they were together for a good while, like middle school all the way up to high
Oh yeah, I
school.
remember that.
Yeah, and yeah, they just suddenly broke up, and you don't know why. And I think I've actually heard him talk bad about her. I can't remember what he said, but
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Um, Actually, no, was it? I think it was one of his friends that I was sitting with at lunch. Was He was complaining about how she was in bed or something? I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's like, dang,
Keep in mind
interesting.
that was when did they date? I think they dated eighth and ninth grade.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. He was with Taylor's sister, right?
yeah.
Ah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I can keep Taylor's name in because I'm friends with her for now. I say
All
for
right.
now because you never know these days. Things
Huh?
just kind of fall apart, and people fall apart. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, and I think we do got to be fair too, because yeah, obviously that happens, but I think another thing as well, you know, obviously no one's going to be perfect. Every relationship is going to have its ups and downs, but I think it's just whether or not you're going to fight through it. And I think because a lot of people are so young, they don't want to deal with it, you know.
This is true.
But I think when like you're like married to somebody, it kind of honestly, I can't even say that because people will be full on married and still get divorced 20
Yeah.
years in. But
Like, marriage has always been a very confusing thing to me.
what's
It's
that?
like it's some big ritual that I've I'll do it. I don't have a problem doing it, and I kind of want to do it, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to,
Mm,
because it's just such a weird concept, and
mm.
it's
Yeah,
really
how I feel
dating.
about
It's dating with paperwork.
it really is. But like, I don't know. I think a good thing with marriage too is like what goes into it, like the amount of commitment that's gonna go into being married. And so I think a lot of people wait to get married and really, well, that's actually not true either. But if you're smart about it, you would wait to get married. And I think it's just because you know that it takes a lot of commitment. Like you can't just, you don't want to just get married to anybody because it's going to be a lot to get out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the good thing about marriage is it kind of like that's how you know that's who you want to be with if you're willing to wait
That
long enough to see if it's right to get married to them. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's why I don't want to get. I don't even want to think about getting married in my 20s.
I'm not getting married in my 20s. No way.
Like 30s is about right, I'd say.
I don't know, actually. I might get married in my 20s.
I mean,
Maybe late
me.
20s.
Yeah, late 20s is fine, I guess. But I couldn't do that because imagine doing early 20s, and we're not too far away from that. I'm like, geez, I can't imagine being
That
married
is
in
true.
5 years. I mean, what? I don't even got myself together yet. I mean, I work a job.
Right.
I only work a job one day a week. I mean, come on,
Mm.
come on.
Yeah, I definitely get that. But yeah, I think it's hard to be like, I'll get married at this certain age because you never know. It just depends on your situation. Even if
Yeah,
I'm with somebody, let's say I got with someone this year and then we were together 5 years later and we decide to get married. Or, let's say 5 years, that'd probably be a good time to get married. It sounds about right. But it's like you got to think about where you're at in your life too. So I agree. Like it kind of depends on your situation. And I'm also not all together either. So I'll just have to wait and see what happens with each year.
yeah. I mean, this is true. This is true. Now, so two people that I've been very involved with in the past year. Both these girls are in relationships that I never thought would end, and they did. They did because you
Oh,
can't.
who's that?
Um, I forget what we named them in this podcast, but it would be.
And
No, I
paper
think
towel. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, they're
Well,
both in relationships.
I did expect that to last, but he kind of acted like I assumed. Because I think the reason why they broke up is he was just with her for a very specific reason, which, can't blame the guy, but that's kind of gets into the point that I was talking about.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
wasn't with her for,
he wasn't with her for her, and
yeah,
that is the reason I think love is dead. Is because
yeah,
you're not with the
definitely.
person for the person, which you
Yeah,
gotta be.
have to.
Like relationships is being somebody's somebody. You're being somebody's
Exactly.
somebody, and you're supposed to be there for them for eternity.
Exactly.
That is I guess that's kind of the dictionary definition. But
Hmm.
again, you get all these people who are just they don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
That they're
Because
just
I
there
think
for some
what people got to
action.
understand is but you know what? I guess because the difference is there's like a definition of love and there's a definition of infatuation.
Hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people like kind of are just like in that state where they're like kind of have this person made up in their mind of who they think they are and how they're going to be together. But like once they actually get into it and they see like the flaws of the person, that's when they leave. And I personally experienced that. But I think a lot of people though um, kind of go through the same thing as well, where basically they decide to get with someone because they think they're perfect, and then next thing you know, they see that they're not perfect, and so they leave.
Yeah. Again, that's reason I left the toxic one because she had
Mm,
so many flaws. I mean, I didn't even know where to begin. I mean, yeah, we had an on and off friendship eventually after that, and it eventually stopped, thank God. But that was a whole project. It was a project and a half. I mean,
yeah,
imagine if me and her were together in our 30s or something. I'm like, geez, how am I still with this person? Trying so
mm,
hard to try to make this be love, but it really never has been.
mm,
I also
yeah,
I also kind of don't like marriage for another reason. It's because it makes people want to stay together, even though they don't want to be together anymore.
mm. Yeah, definitely. I do agree with that. But I also think that's why it's very important before you get married, just to really decide if this is a person you can see yourself with for eternity.
Yeah.
And but I guess I see what you're like. I think another point you're saying too is like when you're married, it kind of has that extra stressor,
Hmm.
and it kind of pulls people apart because they have like this. It's like forced almost, because when you're married, it kind of just adds like this. Okay, well, we have to be, we can't fight or whatever because like you don't want to get tired of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're married, and it's going to be a lot harder to get away from that person because you're married to them or were married to them. So I think that is definitely a hard thing about being married, or the thought of it, really.
Yeah. Like if I'm dating somebody, I'm thinking about marrying this person.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wait a good bit to propose and like actually have a plan set just to make sure.
Mm.
I think about 2 years of, I guess 2 years of normal dating would work, and then
I,
you
I
then
think
you
so.
propose. I think anything less than that is a risk in my opinion.
Mm.
But I mean, then again, I don't know. I'm an 18-year-old that, so long as relationship is 6 months, and all
Hey, my
all of them have been
longest
bad.
was, I think, about the same, almost. Yeah, maybe two, maybe like 8 months.
I mean, that's not bad, you know. But man, I mean, you got to think love is such a weird thing, Um,
It is really when you think about it, like I think it's weird how you can like get so attracted to a person, like you can't stop thinking about them,
yeah,
and it's like if they when you break up with them, it's like someone died.
yeah, it's
Like
weird.
it's crazy.
Crushes are another weird thing too.
Mm.
Like you love somebody a lot, they don't feel the same way, and it's just so weird, And at the end of the day, it's all chemical balances. I mean, come on.
It is.
Yeah, all these chemicals going back and forth. Like, man, maybe I don't want these chemicals, man. Maybe I
Mm.
want to be like chlorine. I don't know.
Like you don't want to be attracted to, like, I mean, I know for me, an annoying thing was like having crushes because I didn't really want to be with anybody, but like I'd have a crush still.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
Yeah, and it's annoying, honestly.
It's weird because you can have a crush on somebody but not want to be with them.
Yeah, that's me currently.
Like, I feel like we gotta get a bunch of more research on this, like having love thing. Like humans in
Mm.
general, we just don't have enough data on it at all.
Mm. But I think it's maybe because we're so. But I don't know. I think humans, like, although we are all different, it kind of love can't be too much different in each person.
Yeah.
It's
Another another topic on this whole love spectrum is like, you get. I touched on it a little bit earlier with the tweet I had, but you get these girls that mistreat their boyfriends, or these guys that mistreat their girlfriends, or you know whatever. But like, yeah, that's a real problem. It's a real problem. And
yeah,
you see it all the time. You see guys with like this uh fuckboy mentality, which I've always gone on about
yeah. I
because
mean, I've definitely. It was really like I used to like complain about that, like how they would, and I mean I still do because it's very annoying to see like that they go after those kind of guys. But
mhm,
I think another thing too is like women are also very much capable of being, I guess, it's not the same way. It's like they kind of just don't care. Like they expect a lot, but also expect very little. It just like depends on. Um, I don't even know how to explain it because that'd be like understanding women, and I don't really understand them. So
yeah,
it's
that that's yet another complicated part. I'll get to that in a second. But there's this one guy, and I tell you, this guy's head was the shape of a football, and I just wanted to kick a field goal at the thing. I did mentally, and he did disappear from a certain somebody's life, but she also did from mine, so that was also great.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, hey,
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not caught up on it, honestly. I just want some answers.
Yeah, and I definitely get that because of how she left. You know, it's that's another thing too, man. People are just kind of, what's the word? They don't care about other people's feelings, so it's like they'll do things that really mess with another person. Like, like the fact that you've done something that's the reason why someone can't sleep at night, or like the reason why they overthink in their next, relationship. Is just the fact that people don't think about that when they do things to other people. It's messed up, but that's a trend. It happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, people don't consider that, somebody wants to know. I mean, this wasn't a breakup with me and her, obviously, but
Yeah.
people, want to know why they're being broken up with. You can't just cut them out
Right.
of your life and say, no, I'm gone, it's over. I'm like,
Right.
why is it over? What did I do? How can I be better for my next relationship or whatever?
But you know what it is too? There's like these sayings, like, there's like treat people how you want to be treated, but then there's also like you don't owe anybody anything. So
Hmm.
it's like when you have those two kind of sayings that we've all heard before in life, it's like, what do you do? And I think, to me, the answer is pretty simple, but I think that's probably why other people kind of, they don't really know what to do in that situation.
Yeah. I mean, again, I want to make sure that you know, I'm doing people justice. I want people to know what the problem is, and
Mm.
that I've always tried to be clear with that.
Yeah.
Um, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure all my relationships that I've ended, I'm like, hey, this is the issue. There you go. Except with one of them, I made a diss track, but
Mm.
there's that. Um, but
But see, before you even made the diss track, they already knew how terrible they were. So it's like, you know what I mean? And I
I
think
don't.
kind of for me, right? I almost had like a diss track done on me, a 40-minute diss track done on me. And it's like, I didn't even
Yeah,
know that they felt this way.
yeah. Good point.
But,
Good point.
and, but see, no, that's the thing though. The difference is like you at least told them. I was not told. I was left like wondering for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
And then I was finally told.
I try to have the decency to tell people why things are happening the way they are, and I
Yeah,
mean, the one that cheated on me with the 27-year-old, which again, very illegal, but
very illegal.
I told her I have to end this because you did this to me, and there's no way I can ever recover.
Mm.
So that's how that went, and I'm glad it did. Imagine me and her still being together right now. I mean, how would things be going? I don't
Mm.
know. She could end up with anybody. Like, geez, how many people you got on the side here or whatever? I don't know.
Or you don't even know,
Yep.
but you
So
had a clue.
back to the point about the men and women being like so different.
Mm.
We
All right.
touched on a few
Yeah,
minutes
let's get
ago.
back to that.
So basically, you see all the TikToks about the differences and how to understand a girl or how to understand a guy.
Mm.
From my experience, it's always been the opposite for a girl. Like if I'm asking if they're fine, they will say they are, but they aren't,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
that's a classic example. That's such a weird foreign thing to me, because
Mm.
if I'm not fine, I'm gonna say, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Another
Well,
example, picking a place to eat. Oh,
right. It's, I don't know. I just feel like guys are just way more simpler. Like,
yeah,
if
I'm trying to
there's
think
a
of like
problem,
a guy's example.
I just had one. Well, I'll say this too. Like there was a time where I made this big mistake, and if you've ever, you probably experienced this too, where basically there was a problem and you try to solve the problem, but they don't want you to solve the problem. They just want you
Oh,
to kind of, you know,
yeah, yeah,
be with them. And I wasn't aware of this, and I got into an argument over this. Obviously because I had no other experience, so how would I know? But um, yeah, that's also a very confusing thing that they do.
yeah. They don't want us to solve the problems. They just want our support. Which
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. Hey, if
Yeah,
you want to be your own person, you want to solve this problem. But come on, I want to help. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help.
right.
But yeah, like I said, I get it. It makes perfect sense. You
Mm,
wanna do your own thing. You wanna be able to control this, take control of yourself.
mm,
And again,
exactly.
that's how that goes. I know the toxic girl I keep mentioning because I've had to help her out so many times. It's
Mm,
insane. I remember so many guys she's dated that she mentioned to me back when we were like friends and texted all the time. She's like, I hate this guy now that I'm dating. I'm sick of the guy I'm dating now. I just
mm,
hate him. Oh, he's so rude. He called me a bitch. Oh man. And no matter how many times I tried to help, she didn't want the help. Which
mm,
I don't know. You tell me the problem. I try to help, and like, okay, well, it didn't work. And you
mm.
get back together with the guy that called you a bitch. You're still together right now. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah, and I think the worst part is like you'll be the obvious better choice, and they still go back to the obvious bad choice.
Trust me, I would not be the better choice for her. I think she can just stay far away from me.
Yeah, yeah, not the better choice for you, but the better choice for her.
This is true.
Right. And it's a very annoying thing. Like you don't even know what to do. You just gotta hope for the best. That's the one thing about. Isn't there like a saying about love? Like love is a game, and or life is a game. I think that's the saying
I
actually.
haven't heard this before, but it is kind of true. Life is kind of like a game. A lot of people can be successful or they can be quite terrible at it, like an actual game.
Yeah,
You don't know how it's gonna go. Like daily life is like a multiple choice quiz. You
that's one
know,
way to put it.
yeah. You get multiple options. It's like a multiple choice quiz with no right answer.
Mm, definitely.
But then again, in some situations there is a right answer, and you
Right.
just have to know when that is.
Right. It's just like there's no right answer for every life.
Yeah.
It just yeah, it's like very specific to you know each individual life.
hmm
But that's
Another thing I gotta just quickly make sure to get in here is that no matter how hard you try, you can't fix people.
mm, definitely.
If you're in a relationship going into thinking this person is all right, but they got a few personality issues, I want to try to make them better. You can't do it. It can't be done.
Can't.
I tried so hard for the toxic person I've mentioned several times. When we were friends, when we were dating, I tried so hard to help her be better. But again, the end of the day, couldn't do it. And sure, maybe I did a little better. But now that I think of it, I didn't help her at all, considering the last thing she did. Um, so never mind. But
But why
yeah.
do you say you didn't help her at all?
Um, so you remember when she DM'd Taylor?
Yeah.
She called her the N word. So that's why I said I didn't help her at all just now. Because I'm like,
Oh,
oh yeah, that happened.
yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. True, true, true.
I don't know. I don't know what level of craziness that she is on at all times, but
On another level.
yeah, And hey, you know what? She's trying to be a brain surgeon. Good for her. I hope I never have a brain injury. So,
Brain
just saying.
surgeon. Yeah, that's very funny.
Uh,
But the good thing about that is if it goes wrong, because the one thing about being a surgeon, I know you have to be like not heartless, but you have to be able to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
you
there's a
know.
lot of trauma that goes on
Hmm.
with doing the surgery.
I thought about being a surgeon to be honest,
Dude, I used to too.
but it's way too complicated. I have to go in there every
And honestly,
day.
I couldn't do it for the rest of my life. I couldn't.
I'd be so scared I'd mess up.
Right. Your life is literally in someone's hands.
Hmm.
That's horrifying to think about, actually. That's terrible.
Like performing surgery for a living, trying to keep this person, alive. But like if you make one small mistake, then
Literally.
you're screwed. And if you know it's you that made the mistake, you're done. You're done for
Right.
on the inside. On your inside your head, you're just gonna be hating on yourself for quite a while.
Mm. The fact that you literally have like the power to ruin someone's life, and not only someone's life, but probably other people's life, because you ruin that person's life, and it affects other people. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, at least some people have the willingness to do it.
Yeah, that is painful to think about. I mean, I've seen some Grey's Anatomy, and man, people
Shoot.
don't take stuff too well that are mistakes. I tell you.
That show's not even exaggerated. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, it's not a bad show at all. People listening to
Yeah, just
this,
not.
you should check it out.
Yeah, just 8 seasons. That's the thing. I actually used to watch when I was younger, like a lot. But
8 seasons?
yeah.
There's more than 8 seasons.
Oh yeah.
There's like 20
How many
some.
seasons are there?
20 some.
Like 12, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, not watching that. I mean, I want to, but like,
Just watch the
I could
first
barely. I
three.
didn't
Just
even
watch the
finish
first
13
three.
Reasons Why.
Uh, 13 Reasons Why is also very, very interesting show, which gets pretty weird.
Yeah. Did you
I just
finish
wish
it?
they brought Hannah back to life.
Yeah, she was literally the center. Or well, actually, she wasn't the center. It became like
At
a whole
first
bunch
she
of
was.
random stuff going on in the next two
Yeah.
seasons. But well, yeah, she was, but like season 2, season 3. I mean, is she still a part of the show in season 3?
No.
Yeah, I
Season
figured.
3 and 4, she's mentioned
There's a
maybe
fourth
once an
season.
episode. Yeah, remember the fourth season's about Bryce being killed.
Oh, is there a fifth season?
No, but
Oh,
it's done after the fourth.
oh, okay.
I
Well, I can't watch it anyways. It's already been spoiled for me. Not through you, but just
uh,
the people.
I don't even remember what happens, to be honest. But that show has also an interesting message about love as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I forget all the characters' names now. But the one that ends up living with Clay, you wouldn't know this, I don't think. But he ends up living with Clay, and he wants to get clean for the girl that loves him.
Oh, Justin?
Yeah, Justin.
Yeah.
That was very touching.
Yeah, who's he getting clean for? I think
The one that was friends with Hannah.
um did she go to the school?
Yeah.
Shit,
Forgot her name.
oh, it's the one that's like Jessica?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That show's not bad. It shows it shows a love through its toughest times. And if you can't, what's that expression? But like being there for the worst
Through the
times or
thick and
something.
thin. Through thick and thin, I think.
Through thick and thin. That's what you got to be there for.
Exactly.
And if you're not, then well. Again,
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can't get through the tough moments, then it's just not gonna last.
I've
No?
had lots of friends in relationships, and they cannot handle the tough moments, so they break it off.
Mm.
And again, that is a problem. That is a real problem, and I think it needs to be addressed. And
But you know what another thing is too?
Yeah.
This is what I also blame it on. I feel like there's things like Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that gives people unrealistic standards of what to expect, because the thing is, no one's going to be perfect. So to each person, or at least to hold people to a certain expectation before or whilst you're dating them. I just think it's wrong. The whole point is to fall in love with the person for who they are, not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just people don't do that anymore.
Social media in general, just it affects mental health. It affects what people think about relationships. They see all these people that are somehow, I don't know why famous people are considered influencers. What are they influencing exactly? Nothing.
Got a good point.
They see all these famous people, in relationships, and they're like, ooh, wow, this one picture of them as a couple, it makes me want to be in a relationship. But they don't know what it takes.
Right. And they don't even know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to put into
literally
a good one.
Yeah, actually.
So yeah, I mean, for all the reasons we've listed, I think love is dead. That's my conclusion.
Now, here's another question: do you think it can be brought back to life?
I think
for all, or just
I think this generation is capable of doing so if they are good parents.
Yeah.
And they can teach their kids all the right stuff.
Yeah, if they can just be good examples and then show them good examples all the time.
You gotta be good examples because Gen
Z?
X.
Oh, Gen X.
No, I wasn't thinking of us. I was thinking of what's before millennials. I think it's Gen X.
Gen X.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it would have to be Gen X because millennials would technically be Y. But Gen X, a lot of Gen Xers are kind of poor parents, and that is because of that's because of the baby boomers. Parents had way too many kids, so they didn't get enough attention, and then they passed on what they barely learned to their kids.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, I mean it really does. That's why you gotta that's why you should have less than 5 kids.
Definitely. But then you have people like Kate and whatever that show was. I don't know how people can do more than 2 kids, actually.
The quarterback Phillip Rivers.
No.
Okay, so I think he just retired, but he was one of the best for like more than 10 years. I think he has 8 kids.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All with one wife?
Yeah.
I guess that's that's crazy.
It gets easier at the end. The more you have, it's just way easier.
And but I feel like facts. When you have less, or I don't know. I guess that's an interesting way to look at it because you can think of it like this. You have like maybe 2 set of kids that you raise. It's your first time, so you don't really know how to raise them. Mm-hmm. You do a bad job, but you learn a lot from it. So then the next set of kids you have, you know what to do. So
this is true.
Maybe they'll have a better. I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. I don't know either, to be honest. Well, this has definitely been a great podcast today.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what we're doing next one. I don't even know if the next one's gonna be in 2 weeks like it's supposed to be. But let's consider the next one the new season for some reason. Season 2 is the next one. It's gonna be so great that I don't even know what's happening.
Hey, but I guess another thing too, maybe a podcast could be that's the thing. If we're just gonna talk about what we want to talk about, I guess it's not gonna be that interesting. It has to be like something an audience would want to watch. But because I wanted to talk about the New York thing as well, but I don't really know how we can turn that into a podcast.
I don't know either. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Again, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, not Apple Podcasts. Who knows why? Who knows why, Apple? You don't want my money anymore, I guess.
Hey, they don't deserve it. Honestly, if they don't want to take us now, then all right.
Yeah, we'll I'm gonna buy the next Samsung because of you, Apple. You better pay up. All right, bye everybody.
Right, you're gonna lose money.